48 light-years from Earth in the constellation of the Sea Monster, a small red star keeps a secret astronomers have chased for 30 years. Orbiting it is a rocky world, bigger than Earth, heavier than Earth, at exactly the right distance for liquid water. This July, scientists announced something never before confirmed anywhere in the universe. This planet is wrapped in an atmosphere. Not a scorching gas giant, not a frozen outcast, a rocky, Earth-like world in the habitable zone with air. And that's only half the story. The same planet may be hiding a warm, liquid ocean, one enormous eye, staring at its star. This is LHS 1140b, the first Earth-like world found with an atmosphere, and it may be covered in ocean. Let's be precise here, because the headlines got messy. Astronomers have detected atmospheres on distant planets before, hundreds of times. But everyone belonged to a giant. Hot Jupiters, boiling Neptunes, huge balls of gas with no surface at all. The worlds that actually matter for life, small, rocky, at the right temperature, kept coming up empty. Bare stone, vacuum. For decades, that was the wall. We could find rocky planets in the right place. We just couldn't prove any had kept their air. Then, on July 16, 2026, the journal Science published the paper that finally broke through that wall. A team led from Harvard reported helium, slowly leaking from the top of LHS 1140b's atmosphere out into space. That sounds like bad news. A leaking atmosphere? But for scientists, that leak is the fingerprint of something extraordinary. Because you cannot leak an atmosphere unless you have one. And this one has survived more than 3 billion years. To understand why this matters, meet the star. LHS 1140, a red dwarf in the constellation Cetus, the Sea Monster. It's tiny, about 1/5 the size of our sun, glowing with less than 0.5% of its light. But stars like this are everywhere. Roughly 3 of every 4 stars in our galaxy are red dwarfs like this one. Which means, if life can exist around a red dwarf, the universe is full of opportunities. If it can't, the galaxy is mostly dead ends. This particular star is at least 5 billion years old, older than our own sun, and it is unusually, remarkably calm. Hold on to that word. Calm. It may be the single reason this planet is still breathing today. In 2017, small robotic telescopes caught something crossing the star's face, a tiny shadow, repeating every 24.7 days. A planet. The project's lead scientist called it the most exciting exoplanet I've seen in the past decade. It wasn't alone. Closer in, a second rocky world whips around the star every 3.8 days, scorched and airless. Remember that inner planet. Later in this story, it becomes the perfect control experiment. LHS 1140b is a super-Earth, 1.7 times our planet's width and 5.6 times its mass. Gravity there pulls nearly twice as hard as here. Every step would feel like climbing stairs. It hugs its star, 10 times closer than Earth is to the sun. Its entire year lasts under 25 days. That should make it an inferno. But its star is so dim that the planet receives only 43% of the sunlight Earth gets. That places it comfortably inside the habitable zone, the narrow band where water doesn't have to boil and doesn't have to freeze. Then scientists weighed the planet precisely, and the numbers came out wrong. For a ball of rock and iron that size, it's too light. Something inside it is far less dense than stone. The best explanation is water. 10 to 20% of this planet's entire mass may be water. For comparison, Earth, the blue planet, with all its oceans, is about 0.02% water by mass. If those numbers hold, LHS 1140b carries hundreds of times more water than every ocean on Earth combined. In 2024, the James Webb Space Telescope watched this world cross its star, reading starlight filtered through the planet's edge. The first result: this is not a mini Neptune. No thick blanket of primordial hydrogen. Whatever this world is, it has a surface. The second result was the tantalizing one: hints of nitrogen. The same gas that makes up most of the air you're breathing right now. A hint is not proof. The signal still needs years of confirmation, but it opened the door to two breathtaking possibilities. Scenario 1, a snowball. A world sealed completely in ice, a frozen shell wrapped around a hidden ocean, like Europa scaled up to planet size. Scenario 2 is stranger, because this planet almost certainly does not spin the way ours does. Orbiting this close, it's likely tidally locked. One side faces eternal day, the other, eternal night, forever. On the day side, the ice could melt into a single round sea, 4,000 kilometers across, aimed directly at the star. A liquid iris on a frozen face. Astronomers call worlds like this eyeball planets, and this may be the first real one. The models put the center of that ocean at around 20 degrees Celsius. That's not just survivable, that's swimming pool water. Stand on that shore and a red-orange sun 4 times wider than ours would hang motionless in the sky, never rising, never setting. No sunrise, no sunset, no seasons at all. Just one endless golden afternoon over an alien sea. Before this discovery, though, most astronomers would have told you, don't get your hopes up. Red dwarfs are killers. When these small stars are young, they rage, spitting flares and X-rays at everything nearby. And because their habitable zones sit so close in, any temperate planet stands directly in the line of fire. The fear was that every rocky world around a red dwarf gets sandblasted down to bare rock. No air, no water, nothing. The famous TRAPPIST-1 system seemed to confirm exactly that. Webb checked its planets one by one and found naked stone. 3 of its worlds, including one inside the habitable zone, show no sign of any atmosphere at all. Astronomers drew a grim line across the galaxy, the cosmic shoreline, dividing planets that keep their air from planets stripped bare. The terrifying question: does every small planet around a red dwarf fall on the dead side of that line? LHS 1140b just answered. For the first time, a rocky habitable zone world stands on the living side of the shoreline. Why this one? A calm, older star, a wider orbit, stronger gravity, and a vast reserve of water to keep rebuilding the sky above it. Here's the twist. The discovery didn't come from a space telescope at all. It came from the ground, from the 6.5-meter Magellan Clay Telescope, high in the dry mountains of Chile. A specialized infrared spectrograph called WinRAD watched the planet cross its star, hunting for one fingerprint: helium. Helium atoms, energized by a star's X-rays, drift off the top of an atmosphere like steam off hot coffee. And there it was, a faint dimming at exactly the right wavelength, a comet-like whisper of helium, trailing the planet through space. But what the team did not find matters just as much. No hydrogen. This isn't a leftover cloud from the planet's birth. It is a secondary atmosphere, the evolved kind built by the planet itself. The kind Earth has, heavier gases below, possibly water. And after 3 billion years of that slow leak, the helium should be long gone, unless it's being replenished from a deep atmosphere below. Then came the control experiment. That same night, the scorched inner planet also crossed the star. Same telescope, same sky, same conditions. The result? Nothing. The inner world is bare. Only LHS 1140b is holding on to air. The difference isn't the star, it's the planet. One honest caveat. The helium signal appeared clearly in 2024 and then hid in 2025. The leak seems to come and go. That may simply be the star's weather, but it's why the next step is already booked. Years of James Webb time. Webb will hunt for carbon dioxide within 2 to 3 years. After that, possibly water vapor in the sky itself. If those show up, many astronomers argue, this becomes the single best place, beyond our solar system, to search for signs of life. And think about where this is. Not some distant galaxy, 48 light-years away. In cosmic terms, our own neighborhood. The starlight those telescopes are reading right now left that world in the late 1970s. Barely older than the oldest satellites still circling Earth. And somewhere out there, right now, waves may be rolling across a sea that no one has ever seen, under a sun that never moved. One planet, one reading of helium in the dark. And suddenly, the most common kind of star system in the galaxy doesn't look so dead anymore. For decades, we asked whether other Earths existed. Then we found them by the thousand and asked if any had kept their air. Now we know at least one did. A world that held its breath for 3 billion years, waiting for someone to notice. The next few years will tell us what that air is made of, and maybe whether anything swims beneath it. Until then, the sea monster keeps its secret. An unblinking eye, 48 light-years away, staring back at us.